And I salute us too, of course. I salute me. I work, but I didn't work yesterday. I did went to a party. Oh, no, wait. I work actually. I work at Sunglass Hut. After that, I had a long day. I work in the morning. I got off at 2:30. Went straight to my friend's house in Watkinsville. I don't know if I pronounced that, but anyway, did a really good time. They made some burger and hot dog. Meet all the Chris family and all friends and all that kind of stuff, and we make some healthy yummy cooking as well. We made some cake, we didn't make salad though because it's just too much food and it's too much going on, but anyway, it really nice. Chris had got me toward the property with the ATV. Said you could have drive. I said no, I don't know how to drive. It's like the same thing with car, but maybe I'll practice. Anyways, nindot ka yung property. It's very sunny there and it's hot. It's very hot. Again, we had a good time and everybody has had a good time as well. So I went home last night. Oh my god, it was sunny. Well, it was dry over that area, right? But when I got to 316 all the way to 285, rain poured so bad, thunderstorm, lightning is really scary, and the road right before the exit of Jimmy Carter, oh my god, it was flooded. Some cars are actually stopped because their car was very low and they were afraid that maybe they got stuck in the water. But guess what? I said, Tesla, you got this, straight away. First I was afraid, but I got it. So it was great. It's I thank God that I made it home okay. Didn't get home until 12:25. Took a shower. Didn't go to bed until 1. Woke up later. But anyway, I'm here with a simple conversation about what I did yesterday, and you know, by talking people. And someone is telling me last night, one of the gentlemen that we know of said, you know, you should talk about how to date Filipino. And I'm like, how to date a Filipino? Well, everybody wanted to know where to get and how to get it and what they do. I mean, I don't know. Like, obviously, there's not much of, I don't know if there's much of Filipino around the area. I'm one of a Filipino. But the only thing I can say though, dating Filipina is, I don't know, it's just kind of hard. You gotta find your match, or you kind of find, first you gotta see what are you looking for, I guess. If you're looking for this particular criteria or way of, you know, you have to find, this is, you know, this is what I want, this is what I want. When you meet Filipina in parties and somewhere else, and of course you get to know that person, and if it's part of your what are you looking for, then pursue it, I believe. Because I mean, you always got to try and be honest to yourself, to that person. Be truthful. Be you. Filipino is very, very patient and very understanding and very caring and loving. It's just sometimes a lot of Filipinos been around and exposed in different cultures, exposed too much in America. I guess it's not, you know, it's not easy to kind of convince them or whatever. But if you're true to yourself and be honest to yourself and be I really can't say though, because I have a different I look for a person that, I guess, true to myself and respect But I know there's many out there, so many Filipino out there that is looking for the same thing. But it sometimes is confusing what they're looking for and what they want. You know, what they want and what they need. Want and need are two different things. Me, I'm very simple. Want the man that respect me and know my worth. Understand me. I'm very loyal. I'm very truthful to myself, and I'm honest. Well, year of the dog, and I'm Aries. But tendency of Aries sometimes is they act before they say it. But then after a while, when they acted and then they think about it, like, oh shoot, what did I just did? But it can correct. But not everything is perfect. Not everybody is perfect. But the only one thing I can say though, looking for Filipina woman, it's actually travel to the Philippines with friends. I guess, or here, if you find it here, you'll just have to be truthful and be honest to the person. This is what you want, this is what you're looking for, this is what it is. You know, are you into this, or this is what we do and this is what, because I think communication is very important. I don't know, sometimes I'm guilty of all what I said because I think I don't do what I think I should do, like get to know the person first. But yeah, like we said, we act before we talk. But that's also for women though. I know that I am loving, and I know that I am caring. Tendency, a lot of men get scared probably because they're too like, oh my god, I don't need this is not what I want something else. But time to time, would that happen, you know, if they're not looking for that, they should not be doing that person, you know. They just need to be, I don't know, they just need to be honest to themselves as well. And man, that's what I'm saying, man should be honest to themselves before pursuing. But anyway, if you guys are swiping left and right, always, you know, communicate. Always get that. Always communicate to the person that this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I want, and then see if that party is the same thing what you want. And that way you don't waste time for each other. It's because wasting time each other is really not a good thing unless you just want that, if that's what you wanted. But it's always good to be truthful and honest to each other, because honesty is the best policy as far as I know. But I knew that I am honest of my intention. Sometimes it become actions speak louder than words, but I can't say so much of words, only most action. But some women out there or some Filipina out there might not be, but there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, whoever is thinking about dating or a Filipina, or you just be truthful to yourself and be honest to yourself and put that in the table. This is what you want, if that's what you want. And you know, there's so many Filipina out here in the US or in Georgia. If you're a man that were in Georgia, there is, you just have to kind of explore your horizon. You just, most likely, I don't want to say that the best place to meet Filipina, I have no idea where, but they're just around. You might meet them in the grocery store. You might meet them in coffee shop. You might meet them in what do you call this, park. You might meet them in an event or Filipino gathering or anywhere else that crowd there is. You just have to approach them. If you see somebody that you're interested with, you approach them and kind of get from there. That's the only thing I can say. I don't know if that helps a lot, but maybe not. Maybe in the future I will do a little bit more research about finding a woman or Filipina in the US, or especially in Georgia. Told my friend that asked me, I'm not gonna tell you who are you or your name, but I will try my best to research for you and finding it for you. But I knew this when I was back in the Philippines long time ago. I was building my house. I stayed in the hotel. This American people, was a group of people came into the hotel front lobby and talking to me, and I said, oh, I was thinking because this is when I was married, and they were like, oh, you should as we are having a conversation, they said, oh, you should kind of like do some seminar for the Filipino wives or Filipino women that going abroad. And I said, why is that? I said, because you've been to America, you know how it works, and then you can explain it to them, the steps or what they can and what they're gonna be seeing when they get to America. Because sometimes you get bored, or sometimes you get lonely, you get homesick and everything. The only thing I could say that though, and I told him, see, that's a good idea, but I never does that, because I thought that talking to you guys, it makes me feel like embarrassed, or hearing my own voice is making me embarrassed. But that I got to think of that now, I said, you know what, maybe I can try, maybe hashpaj with all my little simple conversation. Maybe someone is gonna listen out there. When you are first came in America, I think when I first got here in America, it's really hard. It is the journey that is kind of something that it's hard to get used to it, because the culture, nobody I seen a Filipina around me. I miss the food. I miss everything that I knew of in the Philippines. So basically, you're in a bubble in the States, wherever you're gonna be. So I managed to find my way to explore a Filipino dish or Filipino food by going to, used to be Harris Farmers Market, but now it was Whole Food, but they took that away. And I said, I go there and buy some fish. And I didn't know anything about farmers market yet, but this is the farmers market that I know of. It's somewhere in Alpharetta. So I go there, I go buy my fish, go do all the other stuff that I do, and I feel better. And talking to my family back home and conversation, making sure that they, they supported you too. Family back home is always good to support, and if you do have a friends here, it's a really good support to the people that just got here in the States and wanted to get those pain and homesick out. But anyway, eventually I said, you know what, let me work at Harris Farmers Market. So my first job when I got here in America is the Harris Farmers Market in the seafood area. The reason of that is because I want to buy fish all the time, because I eat fish a lot in the Philippines. So my homesick was feeling better with food, because I was able to eat the food that I missed back home. and which is really good. I mean, I can make tinola, and the vegetables I can make some, just about everything that I can see in Harris Farmers Market, that was a really good experience before. Anyway, I enjoyed that, and yeah, and eventually met a lot of Filipino around the, when I was at work, and got connected with them, and then got invited to party, and and then I decided to later on, I said, you know what, may go to the mall. So I meet people in the mall, just helping you out. To those people who are very homesick and then new to the States, all you need to do is just be open-minded, be open to explore around, and don't hesitate to talk to people. If you see a Filipina, me and my cousin always drag Filipina. You say, are you Filipina? I always meet Filipino in a grocery store. So I talk to them, and that's how you make friends. You can't just make friends to just stare at each other. You talk to them, and you bring them to your circle, and just also have a good, you don't have to bring them to your circle right away, but then at least you get to know them first. But for me, I have, out of 100%, I have 80%, my vibe is really good to people. I can see if you're a good person, if you're good to be in my circle. My circle is not that really special that I need you. It's just, you are just your personality is just good. You're not, I can just tell. But I'm sure down the road it'll change, because people change. Not just me, I also change, but it's not something that changed to who I meet. But the people that you meet might change. But you also have to be aware of that, and you also have to accept that they might change. They might think about, like, they down the road after they meeting your friends and meet you or meet another people, they might not talk to you anymore, because that happened to me many times. I bring a lot of people in, and then they out, invite them, and then introduce with other people, and then they all sudden got growing, and they're all gone. But they're always there, right? But I'm not mad at that, because it's life. It's just a cycle. It's a cycle of relationship, just like anything else. But it's a friendship cycle. For me, when the people is gone in your life, or your friend was gone, they just think that, oh no, I'm not talking to her anymore, or I'm not talking to him anymore, but no, they're there. But if they want to reach out with you, you're always there, but that you're there to receive. But just be cautious. At least I have so much of friends around me, when they needed to reach out my number, when they wanted to call me or text me, I can respond when I'm available. It's always good to have that, because God always tell you that no hate. I believe that my heart is always open to everybody who comes in my life. And then that's up to them, how they're gonna take that. If they're gonna take advantage of that, they're gonna use that as a weapon for them to fight, or whatever. That's up to them. But for me, my intention is pretty good. When you have a good intention in life, up above is watching you. It's always have a good price. Not necessarily to that certain person is giving you, but someone else is giving you. So always remember that when you do something good to someone, not necessarily that person can give you back what you give. It could be someone else there's someone else coming to give you that. So always remember that. I don't know if a lot of people know about this, but always remember that's my goal. That's my motto. What do you call this? Motto? That is my, that's my belief in. Always, always think that way, because it's like a cycle of, life, and life is good. Life is good. just have to adapt and ready for that change, because sometimes we evolve and reset. When you reset yourself, it's important to turn it down a little bit and then give that time to push, and get the fresh view in. Anyways, so with that said and done, that is just so much what I can do today. But whatever we're in with this conversation, we're gonna continue tomorrow, because it's we might continue tomorrow. But if you do have any comments, please, questions, and don't forget to press that like button and subscribe. And here I am just trying to have a conversation with you, very simple, hodgepodge here and there. But if you like this conversation, if you like the channel, please pass it on to your friends and loved ones, just to get to know me and me getting to know you also. I'm trying to get to know myself too every day. Always remember, getting to know yourself is important, because we thought we know ourselves, but we are not perfect. And I think every single day it's like a getting to know yourself, because we changes, just like the cycle hormones changes every day, your brain, your mindset. So, but always remember, when you wake up first thing in the morning, drink a cup of water, warm. I always have this water or anything in my bedside, like warm water or just regular water. Drink that to keep your, I believe they says it will keep your beauty or your skin glow once you put the water in before you eat breakfast. And also, thank for the life. Every time that you wake up in the morning with peace and gratitude, always remember we owe it to up above, and we say thank you to that. And God bless and happy Sunday. Thank you. I hope you enjoy, guys, the church and the 4th of July. Bye now.